Well, hi everyone. Sorry for the abysmal lighting today. As you can see, I am recording from my laptop because I'm trying to get the editing done as quickly as possible. Hopefully, you're seeing this sometime on Wednesday. Um, but right now, I'm fighting with my iPad to get it to upload some of the video that I took this weekend of my learning stuff. So I have an hour and a half before I have to leave for work, so I don't know if the editing is going to get done if these stupid videos won't upload. Um, so I may not get this out till Thursday. So either way, Thursday, Friday, whenever I'm seeing you, hi! Um, things are stressful, obviously, but it's no big deal. We'll get through it. I have a really short whip update for you, as predicted. Up north with my family. It was a great time. Um, I adore my niece and nephew. I adore all my nieces and nephews. But these two I don't get to see very often. So I was super excited about that. I spent a lot of time with them, but they are so busy. Like, they wanted to be in everything I had, which I expected. They're toddlers. Uh, so I didn't, I pulled things out a couple of times when I thought they weren't paying attention. That didn't last. So I didn't get a lot done. I got a little bit done while they were sleeping, but totally worth it. So yeah, so I have a really short whip update for you. Then I will turn you over to the bulk of the video, which is my learning attempt at making hot chocolate bombs. Did it work or did I bomb? Haha, real knee slapper, right? Um, yeah, so I will let you see that for yourself. Hopefully you find it amusing. Um, yeah, so we'll jump right into the whips. One thing that I actually didn't do this week, but I put out the video last week before I did it, was my temperature stitch along, so I have a little bit more of an update than I thought I would. And I'm still way behind on this. It is now December 9th, and this is current through November 15th. So I got a way to go. I'm almost a month behind. And yeah, I should be all the way like over here, and I'm right over here. But you can see it's coming along nicely. I love how I'm finally getting to see everything finished off. These borders really just like add that final touch perfectly. In case you're wondering where we're going to go, this border obviously is going to fill all the way around, and then there is an outer border. If I remember right, there's 4 corners that represent 4 different days, and then there's a complete outer border that is all the 31st of December. We're so close to done. I'm already starting to plan for next year. I'll talk a little bit more about that in plans. But yes, here is the temperature stitch along. So pretty. So love it. Hope that some of you will join us doing this next year, because it is going to happen next year. I haven't filmed at my desk in a while, so the spot I used to keep all of my projects is full of other stuff now. Next thing I worked on is the Stitching Book Club is doing A Christmas Carol. It's a really quick 3-week stitch along since the book is so short. I think audiobook is less than 4 hours long, so I will probably listen to it when I stitch the next part of the pattern when we get the next pattern drop. But here is part 1. Hopefully it'll focus a little bit better as I get closer. You can't really see it too well. But anyway, yes, those are all French knots. 24 French knots. I'm really glad I did that learning video. So that's part 1 of 3. And it was really short. It's really a delightful little stitch along. I whipped this out on Saturday night in just a matter of a few hours. So Yeah. This is going to be, by the way, my priority project for the next 2 weeks. I don't think that's going to be much of a problem because, like I said, I whipped out part 1 in a few hours. I think it'll probably be a matter of finishing it the same day I get it in most cases, and then being able to work on other projects throughout the week, with the added bonus of having another finish before Christmas. I'd really like to get at least one more finish before the end of the year, and I think this is my one shining hope of that happening. As always, not too late to join us. I will, of course, post the link to the purchase location in the show notes. So give those a check out. Check out. What the heck? Ugh. And then finally, the project that I took with me up north that I did get a little work done on was Introvert Recharging. And okay, maybe I got more than a little work done. Completely finished. Her sweater is completely done. I am working on her jeans. So I just have the jeans, her shoes, the cat, and then the back stitching to touch up. This is going to be priority project 2 when I am done with Stitching Book Club. If I have other time, this is the one I'm going to work on, because this is my second best chance of having another finish by the end of the year. So, fingers crossed on that one. I love this one. I can't wait to have it done and framed. Of course, I haven't framed the last one I made for me, and I still haven't framed. I'm a horrible, horrible person. I still haven't framed the birth record. I have the frame, I just haven't done it. Well, that's not entirely true. For a while, I was waiting on the mounting board. My local Joann's and Michael's didn't have the size that I needed, so I had to order it. So that took a little while, but still, hopefully this weekend. It's just a matter of finding time when Wiggles isn't around that I can actually lay stuff out on the floor and without her getting her nose in it. Because, I mean, it's going to have some dog hair in it, but it doesn't need to have the whole dog in it, right? And last but not least, the other thing I actually got some appreciable work done on was my knitting. And actually, I think my cross-stitching suffered a little bit because of my knitting, because I got so excited about it. Oh, so here we go. It's starting to look like a sock instead of just a leg warmer, because look at this, I have a heel. I turned a heel for the first time ever. I don't think I did it right, because at one point it said I should have 3 stitches left, so I should be able to purl 2 together and then purl 1. And I only had 2 stitches left, so I know at least someplace I got off on the count. So I'm a little nervous to see when these get put on if that heel is actually straight or not. But it's shaped right, so we're kind of in the right direction. So yeah, so here we go. It's got a heel. I've started in on the gusset. Another couple new skills that I had to learn. I had to learn how to do short rows to actually turn the heel, which took me forever to wrap my head around. Seriously, some of my knitting friends almost got an SOS on that. And I had to learn to pick up stitches, which I think I managed to do. Because, see? No big holes down here where I picked up the stitches. So yeah, I've been focusing a lot on this because now that I've got it going, I'm excited to see how it turns out. So, sock with heel. I guess it would face this way, right? Excited. That said, I've been doing a little bit more thinking about plans for the next year. Haul. I only have one thing for you, and I can't really show it to you because I'm trying very hard to be good. But here is my mystery boxer bag from Mystic Fabrics. And there's so many fun goodies in it. There are 14 individual packages in here, and some of them are small, some of them are bigger. I know at least one of these is going to be a Misty fabric. I think it's this one. It feels like this one. So, yes, I'm very excited about this. I don't know if I'm going to make it to Christmas Eve. Because I want to open it now. But so far I've been good. It was here when I got back on Friday. So I've made it Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Today's Wednesday, Tuesday. I've made it 5 whole days without opening it. But I counted, and there's 14 little individual packages in here. And so if I start opening them tomorrow, I can open one a day until Christmas Eve. Decisions. I don't know. I don't know what I want to do. I kind of want to do that. I kind of also want to film the big opening, though, for you guys. I can't post it until after Christmas Eve, no matter what I do. And so for an unboxing, it would make more sense to open it all at once instead of, like, stitching together 14 small snippets of video. I don't know what I want to do. So this is part of my Christmas present from my dad. The rest of it, well, yeah, the rest of it is going to be here Friday. So you'll see those in the next video. And then I come to the conundrum. So January plans. I'm not even going to pretend to do no new starts. I've thought about doing a pattern moratorium. The problem I have with that, especially with some of the smaller designers like that run Etsy shops, is here today, gone tomorrow. Patterns disappear, they go out of print. So I don't like to wait too long after I see a pattern I really, really love in order to pick it up, because it might not be there when I go back for it. That said, I alluded a few weeks ago to some bad news I got. Basically, what that was is I lost a huge chunk of my income in one fell swoop. And January is the worst time of year because I have several stitch-alongs starting that I need. The fabric for one of them alone is going to cost me $40. So I haven't figured out how I'm going to do that and make sure that I have a decent Christmas for my family. And obviously Christmas is going to be the priority. So I'll figure something out. But yeah, this is the time of year that I should be like buying and getting ready. Like I said, I have I'm getting into this a roundabout way, but here are my plans. I'm trying to do no new starts. I want to not do a start until I finish at least 2 things that are currently on my plate. So yeah, the price of every new start is 2 finished objects. I still don't even know how long that will go. The exception to all of this is stitch-alongs. So I'm planning on doing 4 next year that I know of, and of course they pop up throughout the year. And I'm hoping that the Stiach-along will be back, so that would be 5 at least. But Clouds Factory, I was thinking, well, I did Grimm's and I enjoyed it, but probably won't be into whatever they choose to do next year. I was wrong. They're calling it There Is No Planet B, and it's an endangered species stitch-along. And I think it sounds awesome, and I'm going to do it. So that one. The temperature stitch-along for 2021. I already have the fabric for that one. In theory, I already have all the flosses, but some of them are going to need to be replenished. I just bought my third skein of C318 Etoile, the color I use for cloudy, because Indiana never gets anything but clouds, apparently. The other things, I'm still on my first skein and have a ton of left, but cloudy, I have gone through so much. So that one's largely taken care of. I think I know what fabric I'm going to do it on, and I have it. So Clouds Factory, Temperature Stitch Along, The Wonders of the Solar System, the companion piece to Wonders of Space that I did last year by Climbing Goat Designs. It's going to cost me a pretty penny. There's 60 colors needed. I just got the booklet today, so I haven't gone through to see what I've got and what I don't. I probably have a lot of them. I have largely I'm probably about $30 away from having the complete set of DMC. And I'm toying with the idea of dismantling all my kits because a lot of them have overlap in the colors they use, so I have lists. I don't think I have one close enough to reach. Oh, yes, I do. This one is... What are these colors? This one I think is Stitchonomy Halloween Stitch Along, which shows you how organized things are, is that I've got several over there. So I would keep all the flosses in a box or a bag, and then I would have a list of the ones that were in other projects and which other projects they were in. But the overlap, as you can see, the overlap is getting terrible. So I'm thinking what I might do is I might just pull everything out of all the kits, put it back in my master collection, which if you've seen my Instagram, when I was doing 31 days of cross stitch in July, I showed you my setup, which is I've got, I use floss away bags, so I've got a rack on the back of my door, and each ring, like all of the 200s are on one ring, all of the 300s, and they all hang on this rack, so that when I need a color, I just grab the ring that it's on and pull it. And I'm thinking I'm just going to put everything back into that master collection and just pull them as I need them. And then if I'm taking my stitching somewhere and I'm traveling, then I will pull them all into a smaller ring. Because there's just so much overlap that I can't keep track anymore of where they are. So yeah, and especially since there are a lot of projects that I haven't worked on recently, like Bookworm, which is the large full coverage. I'm planning on doing a lot of work on this coming year because it's going to be my full coverage piece for Magical Stitches. Has 90 colors with it, and almost all of them are in there, and I haven't worked on Bookworm in months. So I'm spending more time pulling colors from there and then putting them back. Or just put it all in the master. And then whatever project I work on, I don't have to worry about pulling the colors from somewhere else. I'm really babbly today. So yeah, Wonders of Solar System. And then the last one I don't know yet if I'm going to do, because like I said, the fabric alone is going to cost me $40. And it's going to be huge. But I really want to do it. It's a Supernatural Stitch Along. Based on all 15 seasons, it's going to be huge. I really want to do it, but at the same time, you've met me, right? How many in-progress stitch-alongs are sitting over there? And I'm going to add one more that's absolutely probably the biggest one I've ever worked on. I don't know if it's a good idea. Yeah, so I'm thinking about that. And like I said, the money's tight, so I don't know. I'm sorry, I'm not meaning to be all down and I actually am largely happy, believe it or not, for as crazy as it seemed right now. Things are actually not going bad. Yes, my hair is a new color, in case you were wondering. It's not just the lighting, even though the lighting sucks. Um, I got rid of the pink because I didn't really like it. So, yeah, I'll figure something out. It'll be fine, right? Um, I've completely lost my train of thought. So anyway, those are the 4 stitch-alongs I'm planning to do next year. The rest of the time, I'm going to try to go with no new starts unless I finish 2 others. Mania, I don't know. Both in terms of having to kit up 31 new projects and adding 31 new projects to my list. Have I shown you my wheel lately? I could show you the wheel and show you exactly how bad this is. There's all my current whips. I think there's like 32 of them. And that doesn't count the fact that I have 3? Yeah, 3 more in long-term timeout that I will probably pull out. At least one of them I've been dying to work on. But it pretty much involves starting from scratch. So yeah, I need to try to get some of those done. I need to try to force myself to get some of those done. And I'm toying with the idea of doing Monomania on Bookworm. Or, another project that I'm going to try to make a priority, and I don't have it here in front of me, it's over at my stitching station, is Defying Gravity, because it's a huge full coverage project and I would like to have it done in the very near future for reasons that I am not going to talk about right now because I'm not going to try to jinx myself. But I'd like to have that one done sooner rather than later. So I'm going to try to, I think my goal is going to be either Introvert Recharging or Stitching Book Club, depending on where I'm at with Stitching Book Club. And then after that, before I do anything else, I need to put in 100 stitches on Defying Gravity. Because I need to get that done, and it's huge, and it's full coverage. So I'm starting to flesh out some plans. I don't know. But anyway, I've been talking for 22 minutes already. Holy cow. And now I have an hour to finish editing the video that I took. So I'm not going to talk anymore. I'm going to go ahead and jump right in and let you guys see the video, see how I did. I say it at the end of the other video, so I'm not going to do a sign-off and outro, but just as a reminder, I hope you guys all stay safe, stay healthy. I'll see you next time. Enjoy! Well, hi everyone and welcome back. Moment of truth, if today doesn't go well, I don't have Christmas gifts to give out. So, as I may have mentioned before, and if you're still here, you better not be one of the people that is getting something for Christmas. As I've mentioned before, today we're going to try to make some hot chocolate bombs. Now I will link the tutorial that I use in the show notes so that if you want to give this a chance yourself, you're more than welcome to. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and get started and cross our fingers that I actually have a Merry Christmas for some of my friends this year. Okay, first things first, let's go through some of the things that we're going to need to do this, at least according to what I have. Most importantly, probably, well, no, actually all of this is very important. We have the silicone mold. I'm not sure, you can see it's still wet from where I washed it. I'm not completely sure. I think I intended to order 2.5-inch sphere size. We'll find out if I did or not. I'm notorious for not getting what I intended. But, so we need our silicone mold, candy melts. I've got these to make the bulk of it. I've been told actually candy melts probably are not the best. Using a cocoa or a chocolate with 65% cocoa or greater is usually better, but these are designed to melt easily and hold their shape. So even if they're not as flavorful, they're what we're going to use for a very first attempt at this. I've also got dehydrated marshmallow bits like you would find in hot chocolate with marshmallows. Of course, hot cocoa mix. And then for a little bit of decoration, I've got some peppermint candies that we'll be crushing to put on the top, as well as some white chocolate that will be melting to put on the top to decorate some of these. I also have 2 paintbrushes. I have the 1/4 inch paintbrush for applying the chocolate to the sphere, to the mold. I have a smaller paintbrush, I don't know if you can see that, it's kind of out of focus, that I'm going to use to paint the melted chocolate and the seams to get that going. And last but not least, I have a candy thermometer to make sure that I temper my cocoa very well. So these should be everything that we need to get going, so we'll go ahead and jump right in. Okay, so we're ready to go. Starting off with the very obvious thing you'll notice right off the bat, I am wearing a mask. I know there is no evidence that COVID has been transferred by food. I am personally not scared of it. However, I am making this to give to other people, and I want them to enjoy it, and I want them to not be nervous about it. So I am making everything. I've washed my hands obsessively. I'm wearing a mask. That will make some of them more comfortable. It will make this more uncomfortable for me because of glasses. See? But you know what? That's life. So, here we go. I'm going to get started. I have my microwave safe bowl. The first thing we're going to do is melt the chocolate. So, I'm going to empty the bag in the bowl. We're going to do this in the microwave. Don't know where I'm going to put that. It'll go there. So, the one thing from what I've read that you need to be very careful about is when you're cooking the chocolate, to make sure that it gets tempered so that it will be shiny, so that it will be strong, so that it won't melt at room temperature. So, I believe if I'm doing this right, we start out with 30 seconds. After that 30 seconds, we take our chocolate out. We start to stir it. This has barely started to melt. I really need to figure out how to do this. This probably won't work, but check the temperature, or attempt to at this point. The goal is to try to keep it below 90. Okay, it looks like it's stabilizing at about 86. So far so good on that. Now we'll put it in for another 15 seconds, stir it, 15 seconds, stir it, and keep doing that until the chocolate is mostly melted. Come on. Sorry guys, you're going for a ride here. to make it so that you can actually see what I'm doing instead of just... Stabilized around 82, so we're still good on temperature. And at this point, I'm just going to rinse and repeat. So I'll probably go ahead and speed this up when I actually do the editing, or I might just cut this part out, because you really don't need to see me do this for what looks to be like it's going to be quite a long time. In fact, actually, I'm just going to say goodbye for now that you've seen the initial part, and we'll check back in a minute. Alright, this is very not good. Oh wait, well I think it might have just been touching the glass. But we are still over 90 degrees. That might not bode very well for our chocolate. So I probably should have waited to put this in. Yeah, you can see when it hits the glass sides, it just shoots right up. But I probably should have waited a little while longer in between to make sure that it was cooling down enough that it wasn't going to get over 90. But I guess we'll see the next step. And then the one thing that you can see, there's still a few little chunks of wafer in there. And that is supposed to happen. The last time you take it out, you're supposed to take it out before everything is melted and let the heat of the rest of the chocolate melt that. But, alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to do a test, and I'll be right back with that. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drizzle just a little bit of this chocolate on some aluminum foil. Maybe. And I'm going to put this in the refrigerator for 5 minutes, and we're going to see how it hardens up. And if it stays shiny and dark and hard, then it tempered well enough and we don't have to worry about reseeding it. So let's cross our fingers and hope that works. Okay, I went back in and added a little bit more, as you can see. Let's see how this is. Looks shiny, doesn't look like it has any sort of a powdery, cloudy residue. Appears to be hard. So I'm going to say that we got it. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our paintbrush and we are going to paint a layer of this into the mold. This is absolutely ridiculous. I'm beginning to think I need to change the name of my channel to a DNA Geek Tries to Craft. Because I'm not very good at this, am I? The tutorial also mentioned to pay special attention to around the top where it's going to be connected, which I guess makes sense if you think about it. Alright, so there we go. I think I got a first coat on that first one. I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye to y'all, and I'm going to do the other 6 sections of the mold. I'm going to put this in the refrigerator for 5 minutes, and we'll come back for coat 2 in 5 minutes. Okay, here they are, 5 minutes in the fridge. I am not having a lot of confidence in these right now, but we're supposed to put a second coat on. Maybe that'll make things better. I don't know. Let's find out. I don't think, just as an aside, I don't think a paintbrush is the best way to apply this. There's gotta be something better. Oops, sorry, didn't mean to hit the camera there. Of course, if you're watching me, you're used to being seasick because my camera work is not the greatest. Really hope they look nicer on the outside than they do on the inside. One fun thing is my paintbrush is pretty much completely stiff now. The chocolate that's been on it has hardened. So I'm not really painting so much as applying it with a stick. Which has got to also be uber helpful in this endeavor, I'm sure. Oh, did I mention that this is going to be the first 3 and I have to make 17 of these? And I'm going to do one last run around the top of each one with a scoop of chocolate to hopefully reinforce those tops. this in the fridge for another 5 minutes, and then we'll see if these are even remotely usable. Well, here we are back again, and so far not so good, right? These don't look great. I'm a little nervous. But yeah, let's see if we can get them out of the mold. And maybe I did better than I thought. Who knows? Oh, whoa, whoa, God, folks, look. It looks hideous on the inside, but the outside doesn't look so bad. There may be hope for these yet. Okay, yeah, this one's not great. See how it's, I don't know if you can see that, see how it's falling apart. So there's one junk. But on the whole, they came out better than I thought they would. I don't know if there's something I would actually give away or not. Let's finish it and find out. The next thing we need to do is add the chocolate and marshmallow. So we take one of these and we fill it about 3/4 full. So I got the most part of a tablespoon of chocolate and then a little bit of marshmallow to go on top of it. I reheated our chocolate while I was waiting. So now comes the fun part. And this is the part that is gonna make or break this. Oh dear, this one has a hole in it too. I'm gonna transfer this to one of the ones that doesn't have a hole in it. And I'm going to put melted chocolate rather generously along the edge here. Now the tutorial I watched called for a piping bag, but I don't have that. So we're gonna hope I can paint enough on there. And then we take another one and put it on top. And I'm gonna go ahead and paint that closed, because there is hot chocolate leaking everywhere. Problem, this has been melting in my hand. I don't know if you can see that hole there. I have melted right through the top of it. So, I don't think this is gonna work. I think if I had more time, I could probably do this. But because that is actually stuck together. But as I'm putting the hot chocolate on the top, it's just breaking down more. So, yeah, you can see. Well, crud. Well, that's disappointing. I mean, what can you do? It is what it is. I think with a little bit more practice, I could nail this. Unfortunately, as I'm recording this, it's December 6th, and having to nail it and then make 17 of these in a row, probably not gonna work out. So I guess if you watched this, even if you weren't supposed to, you still don't know what you're getting for Christmas, because I don't even know at this point what you're getting for Christmas. Yeah, so anyway, there's how you, in theory, are supposed to be able to do it. But obviously, I can't do it that way. Yeah. I don't know what else to tell you other than go to the tutorial and check it out and see how they do it the right way. And in the meantime, I have a lot of hot chocolate to drink. So I'll see you guys all next time. Until next time, stay safe and stay healthy. Bye.